Hi there, how are you all? Um, I know I'm a few months later than usual, but I thought it's better later than never at all. 2024 was anything but a boring year to me. It was a very, very busy year, full of excitement, full of new experiences. Um, well, I mean, as much as it was a challenging year, it was quite an enjoyable one. So, uh, so let me share with you, the highlights of this year for me. From a professional perspective, so I started the year very actively, decided to, give up the consulting activities I was doing because of the very poor, economic situation in Egypt, and therefore I had to, you know, uh, try and find a more durable and a more stable job than just freelance consulting. So ever since January, I started, with an intensive uh, activity of looking for a new job, and it took me about approximately 4 months before I landed a new job at Nokia. Not really the area of my expertise, the telecom world, but it was a good, place to start with. And I signed a one-year contract for a project in Baghdad, in Iraq, to which I relocated. The plan was to, as I said, to stay a full year there, working on a big census project with the Ministry of Planning there. And I moved to Baghdad, uh, rented an apartment, uh, had a daily routine of almost 14 hours of work per day, including weekends, for several months in a row, until things started to sort of settle down more or less. The arrangement was basically to be in Baghdad you know, for 3 weeks in a row, and then going back to Egypt for 1 week, still working, and and I stayed in that situation for almost 7 months until my management decided, the project was completed to a very satisfactory level. Uh, we got a very nice thank you message from the ministry, and now I'm sort of based in Cairo, but working on projects. So still covering Iraq to a certain extent, covering some projects in Saudi Arabia, and all of the projects I'm working on are, funnily enough, projects that are going through catastrophic phases. So I'm sort of like as my boss would call me, the master of disaster. I get into very difficult situations, turn things upside down, turn them around rather, and put structure and order to get out of the messy situation the project usually goes through. So far, we had the census project, which was a huge success. It was a very political project, overlooked um, by not only the Minister of Planning, but also the Prime Minister in Iraq. It was the very first census to be conducted in Iraq in more than 37 years, so a highly visible, project by all means. So, so I'm in that job until end of May, and then I need to start looking again for a new job. Uh, all of the projects I've worked on, so one in Saudi Arabia and one in Iraq, were extremely exciting, full of of excitement. I mean, none of them were short of excitement or of turbulent situations. It's an ever-changing, landscape. Everything changes every day. It can be really, really hectic, but we got two very successful projects off the ground with customers very satisfied, and I'm really happy about that. So that's more on the professional level. On a personal level, uh, I had made a decision in late 2023 of uh, registering for a full marathon in Paris. So I ran that marathon in April of 2024, and it had been 7 years since my last marathon. So I'm really happy I overcame that uh, fear of going through that experience. It's a very, very tough and very hectic uh, training program you have to put yourself through. It's a lot of discipline, it's a lot of hard work. Um, it's a full time job, literally. So I trained physically, I trained mentally, I even had a nutritionist with a nutrition plan, I had a mental endurance coach, and I took things really, really professionally and very seriously. And one of the best things I've done was actually the mental endurance training I went through. I had an incredible coach who helped me a lot, and it was really funny because every single time I was, heading for a run, I would tell him, this is going to be a catastrophic run. My mind is all over the place. Uh, there's so many negative thoughts in my mind, and I know this run is going to be really bad. And he would always laugh at me and say, just call me when you're done with the run. And funnily enough, every single time it turned out to be one of the best runs I've ever had. So throughout this program, I came to train my mind to accept challenges, to accept difficult situations, to understand that they're not unusual, they're not something I haven't witnessed before and I haven't been through before, and that they're absolutely normal situations that you can overcome very easily. Because in real life, I've been through quite a few difficult situations, and all of which just passed. So this really helped me not only in my preparation for the marathon, which is full of difficult situations and full of lots of unforeseen situations, but also in the way I see things and analyze them, how I confront difficult situations, and it has been paying off beautifully uh, in my job. So as I said, my job was all about dealing with very difficult situations, in some cases catastrophic situations, and if I had taken that job a year earlier, I would have most probably resigned the following day. I could not handle such stress. I could not handle waking up every day with problems and very serious problems to deal with. Um, and, you know, I managed to do that very comfortably, um, without any stress at all, uh, setting my own pace, having my own strategy, and all of that was thanks to the mental endurance training I went through. So that was something that was really a huge success, and I'm really really enjoying the outcome of this. As I said, not only professionally but also in my personal life. I feel I'm a much calmer, more laid back person. Um, I see things a bit differently. I feel I slow things down deliberately, and I take the time to think and to make right decisions. So I'm really really happy about how things have turned out for me. Um, so on a family level, kids are doing fine. So Ismail is now taller than I am. So he's about 1 or 2 centimeters taller than I am. Quite a big guy. And he next year is his last year at school. So we're getting him prepared for university, for getting a driver's license. So we'll start in a couple of months some driving lessons, to which he's really looking forward to. And there's a lot of excitement in the air. And I'm really enjoying this very special phase in the lives of the kids. So Ismail is turning 17 in March, and Taimur is turning 15 in April. And it's a very special phase in their lives. And I feel I'm getting, much closer to them. I feel they're more like friends, not really kids anymore, but rather friends. And we always try to do, lots of activities together, to travel together, to host their friends over at our new home, um, which is big enough to have as many people as we can. Last year we had 40 kids for Ismail's birthday. The house is always open for friends and for people we love and care for. So very interesting phase. I'm blessed to have amazing boys who are really very well brought up, very smart kids, very warm and kind. And I really am starting to feel that all of these years of difficult times and of bringing up the kids and all the effort that was put in place to bring them up is now paying off. Now I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying their friendship and the nice time we're spending together. So it's been a very interesting year. Um, uh, Lots of interesting events, lots of changes, but I feel really, really blessed for, first of all, finding a job. It's not very easy to find one at this age and in Egypt with such a difficult economic situation. I'm really happy, to have explored a new country, uh, which is Iraq, which I, really liked. People are incredibly nice there. Made some friends and trying to benefit out of, the contacts and relations I had there, um, both personally and professionally. Um, and Yeah, it's been a very very busy year, very hectic, uh, and but I cannot, in comparison to last year, I cannot even claim that it was a tough year or a horrible year or anything of the sort. I think it was a very interesting year, and I'm really lucky to be surrounded with great people who gave me sense and direction, or who gave my life rather sense and gave me direction. And it's always good to feel that you wake up every day and you want to be a better person. And it's now looking back, 1 year back, it's really nice to feel that uh, you have changed to a much better person, and you are you know, you look at life in a totally different way. You look at the positive side of things. You're always very positive and optimistic, and that's a real relief and a great pleasure, because everything becomes so much easier once you get into this mindset. Um, I hadn't been writing in a very long time. It's been many years now. After a bad experience I had with a publisher uh, about 4 years ago, and only recently um, have I felt, that I'm ready to resume writing again. There's something, buzzing in my head with a particular project in mind. I feel it's very close. I just need to get into the practice of, having my daily 1 hour writing sessions. But I'm also what I've been doing lately is I've been trying to help quite a few friends with their own businesses. So people who want to expand their businesses in Iraq, for example, helping a few friends trying to get into the market there through my connections, um, helping with some free sort of friendly consulting services with some of my closest and dearest friends. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of energy which I'm starting the new year with, and I really hope that this year is nothing but a continuation and an extension to a very successful 2024. I know by end of May I need to start looking for a new job all over again. Not the nicest phase to go through. It can be rather, you know, uh, how can I say that, exhausting mentally, disappointing emotionally, and tough. Seeing, like last year I applied for 60 different jobs and I only got an interview for two. And so knowing that you're going to go through that is never a very pleasant experience, but it is what it is, and you just have to keep trying. So so yeah, so that's more or less my year. Um, I hope you all had a wonderful year yourselves, and I really wish you all the best for. Well, Christmas is a bit too late to wish you a happy Christmas, but to wish you all the best for a new year. May all your dreams come true. May you find love, friendship, uh, happiness, and prosperity throughout the entire year. Sorry, I'm a few months late, but things have been crazily busy, and only now did I have the time to actually drop you these few words. Anyway, take good care of yourselves, and hope to see you, whether in Egypt or wherever you guys live. All the best for a happy year, and wish you and your loved ones all the best.